Crypto 102, ICOs. Learn more at bitcoinblockchaincrypto.com. When a company wants to raise money, they'll often do what's called an IPO, an initial public offering, meaning selling stock or ownership in the company to the public. Traditionally, a company would raise capital in order to build an enterprise by either selling ownership of the enterprise, basically a claim on its future revenues by selling stock or shares of ownership in the company, or by borrowing the money and paying it back at a fixed interest rate by issuing bonds which represent that loan that the company took out. The advent of blockchain technology, new ways of financing an enterprise have come into existence. So in the new world of being able to create software via the blockchain, a DApp or a decentralized application, there are some new challenges. DApps present a new way of doing a business, decentralized enterprise, where the business is basically driven by software, driven and hosted by the blockchain, so it kind of runs itself once the software is designed. So there has to be new ways of financing and profiting from these enterprises. Because of the nature of these applications, you can't really buy shares in a company because once the application is deployed, it just sort of exists autonomously and no one can really control it going forward. They can't really borrow money because essentially there's no necessarily revenue stream that they'll be receiving going forward to continue making payments on that debt. Enter initial coin offerings. Every decentralized application needs incentives for people to use the application to become sort of a service provider. In general, every decentralized application generally has a native token, so its own sort of currency specific to that software, which is used to pay for the services. So those who use the decentralized application to provide services to those who want to consume from the application get rewarded in these tokens, and you pay for services in these tokens. So in order to raise capital, in order to create the decentralized application, they'll issue a set amount of these tokens beforehand, and people will buy them in anticipation that once the application exists, people will want to buy these tokens for higher prices in order to use the decentralized application, which requires these tokens as payment. The founders and developers of the decentralized application will oftentimes keep a portion of the issued tokens for themselves. And if their application turns out to be quite useful, the value of those tokens should go up in the future, and that's kind of how they provide themselves with a profit. That's their incentive, their reward for creating a good application that people want. Sometimes people will do ICOs, initial coin offerings, for new blockchains. And the way they'll do this is by issuing a token that once the new blockchain is up and running, they'll swap the token out for a unit of the currency on the new blockchain. So which blockchains actually give you the ability to create tokens in order to do an ICO? There are many blockchains that allow you to create tokens, such as Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Waves, Bitshares, EOS, Expanse, NXT, Ardor, and many, many more. Most people use very particularly structured smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain, and basically token issuances that conform to this standard are known as ERC20 tokens. Blockchain creating the ability to create a decentralized enterprise is a fascinating development, and in the development of financing or an ability or a way to finance decentralized enterprises really opens up the door to how we provide goods and services in the future. Please visit my website bitcoinblockchaincrypto.com to learn more. Subscribe to my podcast, the Bitcoin Blockchain Crypto Podcast, on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. If you enjoyed this video and want to support my ability to make more and continue educating people, please make a donation at donate.alexmerced.com.